What's going on, cronies? Cat Burglar back with you. Happy Sunday. Let's get into the recap. 0-1 day yesterday. We did not get there with Angel Reese over 12 and a half rebounds. She got to 11, a couple short. So an 0-1 day. But we're back at it today, and we have I think four or five picks we have. So one, two, three, four. Yes, four picks. So a couple of them I told you about yesterday. The over in the Dallas, Indiana game, over 172 and a half. It's now up to 174 and a half. Hopefully you guys got on that yesterday, but if you didn't, it's definitely went up quite a bit since then, 2.5 points. So not sure how much I like it here. I mean, basically you have to be like a 90-90 game to go over. So, but if you got 172 and a half, that's great. Don't really have a take on the total. 10.5 is a lot of points. I'll be sticking away from that. So, I also do have two other plays on this. Caitlin Clark over 2.5 threes. I do think she gets a little bit loose today. Dallas is known for giving up a lot of points. They play fast as well. And then, I just think this is going to be a higher scoring game, which I think lends itself to what Caitlin Clark does. I also am going over 30 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Now, I'm laying a little bit of juice on that. I think it's minus 167 on that. So, definitely laying a little bit of juice. But I do like that. I think Caitlin, primetime game, noon game, I think she really gets going. Playing at home, I think this is where she breaks out a little bit and has one of her signature games against her kind of arch rival Paige Beckers. So one thing I want to look at is the injuries. I said this yesterday. Let's look at Dallas. And this is one of the reasons, too, why I like it. Carrington is out. Like I said yesterday, she's given Caitlin Clark fits last year when she was on Connecticut, and I'm glad she's not playing. I just think it's either going to be Enrique guarding her or Paige Beckers, which both are really good defenders. But I see Enrique probably going on Kelsey Mitchell and Paige playing against Caitlin Clark. And I think Caitlin can get loose against Paige. Paige is a really good defender. She's long. But where Caitlin Clark has been bothered a lot, it really is on the dribble. So these quick little guards getting underneath her, because Caitlin Clark's about 6 foot. So they've been getting underneath her, bothering her on her dribble. I don't see Paige being able to do that. She's long and definitely can get an arm up on her shot. But where Caitlin Clark's really struggled the last 5 or 6 games, obviously she's had some injuries too. But the biggest thing that's been affecting her, if you've been watching the games, is these little quick guards or bigger players, too, that can move their feet really well. So I don't think that'll be a problem as much. So I think Caitlin Clark gets loose today. Over 2.5 threes, over 30 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. I think she has a big game today. And then we're taking the over in that game, over 172 and a half. Let's move on to the Atlanta-New York game. Atlanta, New York. Atlanta lost their last game to Indiana. They played New York tough this year in a couple games. I think they're 1-1 split. Let me close this down. But I think New York's starting to play better. Sabrina's been playing great. Obviously, they have Brittany Stewart. So they got a lot of good players, and they're defending champs. So I took New York money line. I think this is a good spot for them. So New York money line here. Connecticut, Los Angeles. Connecticut still's terrible. I know they've been playing better. I think they just play better against Seattle. But Los Angeles is starting to get their second wind here. And I think realistically, they probably blow them out. But these big spreads have been really interesting in the W. Not only have the dogs covered, but they're winning outright. You saw that yesterday in the Minnesota-Chicago game. Chicago was a 10.5 point dog, won outright. So this is too many points for me. I've been saying this over. I just don't like betting huge lines like this. It's a lot to cover. One 3-pointer at the end of the game, a backdoor cover. It's just really easy. Then you got Washington, Seattle. Seattle opened at 5.5, now 7, 6.5 at FanDuel, and then you can get a 6 at Circa. But again, these are two teams that I can't really get a feel for, so I'll be staying away from that. The game for Monday is very interesting. Minnesota and Chicago. Chicago beat them and got up on them quite a bit in the first half, but they didn't play very well in the second half. I think they had 58 or 57 points in the first half and only had like 30 points in the second half. So they had like half of what they had in the first half. And Minnesota caught up after being down, I think, close to 20 points. I think Minnesota is going to win this game. And I'll be looking at some of the Angel Reese props. I think those will be boosted, especially her points. She had like 13 points in the first quarter, but only had 6 the rest of the way. I think they're going to have a beat on her this game, and I think she's probably going to go under her total points, but I need to see what that's posted at. It's probably going to be posted at 14.5. 13.5 to 14.5. If it's at 14.5 or higher than that, I definitely will be going under on her point total. And then Phoenix, Golden State, no line here yet. That'll be a heck of a game. Want to see what that line is. But to recap, guys, I got 4 plays today. I got Dallas, Indiana over 172.5. It's moved up. Hopefully you guys got that yesterday when I gave it. New York, money line. I gave that yesterday as well. I think that's still playable. And then let's just take a look at that quick, what that line is. It looks like 180. You can get it for 161 at Bet 105 and Bet US. So, guys, this is still playable. I definitely would play that. Let's get this back too. And then, obviously, in the Indiana, for my 2 props, Caitlin Clark over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and over 2.5 3-pointers made. I think she has a breakout game today. I'm expecting big things from her. All right, guys, I'll try to be back early with another video tomorrow. Let's cash these 4 tickets.